the moment. A shock today. With Liam McHale surprisingly only receiving the minimum suspension, Jack O'Shea names the 15 men that started the Connacht final. Kevin. And certainly the atmosphere here in Cork Park very much dominated by the people of Mayo. And I think that when Mayo score, Cork Park will just come to life. Everywhere you look around, Mayo people seem to be. And another opportunity for Mayo. Kevin O'Neill always wanted to play in Croke Park, and that's his first free from a rather difficult angle. He hits it well, superbly so. Kevin O'Neill opens Mayo's account. It took 14.5 minutes to do so.
Well, this free, of course, set up for a left-footed kicker who could bend it in from left to right. A very good kick by Kevin O'Neill, and the Mayo would want to get every one of those for the rest of the game to keep the pressure on Cork.
So now the crowd are in full voice. John Davis. Fouled by Ronan Goulding. Free for Cork. Kieran O'Sullivan, who's made the number 5 jersey his own in Cork this year, coming down. Nick McCarthy seems to have been charging, and the Cork captain rather annoyed with the decision. Gabriel Irwin won the 1989 Save of the Year and an All-Star Award with the kick-out. Tony Morley, we haven't seen much of him so far. Sends a good ball. Oh, beautiful! Excellent play by Brian Corcoran, and he did it with one hand. Getting it down towards Joe Kavanagh. Back to Stephen O'Brien. To John O'Driscoll. Onto the right boot, sending it in. Oh, beautiful point by John O'Driscoll. He scored 1 goal and 10 points in a club match just 2 weeks ago, getting his first in this All-Ireland semi-final.
Well, the move was started by Brian Corcoran, who intercepted beautifully with one hand, and the ball is fed down quickly. John O'Driscoll has been beaten to the first few balls by Kevin Cahill, but he's always has been capable of those sort of scores. It's a brilliant point from play.
Excellent fielding by Shea Fahy. Fouled on landing, free for Cork. Aimed at Colin Corkery. Pat Holmes with him, and Pat Holmes gets the benefit of the doubt. Colin Corkery very much disputing the decision. The bank official in Castlebar, native of Moygauna in County Mayo. Puts it right into the middle. Well gathered by Shea Fahy. He really is back to his old form.
Mayo really should have McHale jumping for all of these, because the ball has been, most of those kickouts have been contested by Shea Fahy and Sean Maher so far. Liam McHale should take the other side of the field.
Brilliant fielding by Kevin Cahill. Well, that'll do the purists all over the country a world of good to see that sort of high fielding in around the house. Kevin O'Neill, back to Liam McHale, he got it. Tony Davis with him, giving it back to Kevin O'Neill. He'll be 20 years of age tomorrow. Can he celebrate his birthday with a place in the All-Ireland final? Gets it down to Ray Dempsey. Ronan Goulding is outside. Mark O'Connor held on for dear life. And it's a free in for Knockmore's Ray Dempsey. It's going to be an interesting battle, I think, Colin, between Ray Dempsey and Mark O'Connor.
Yes, that was a bad mistake. Mark O'Connor had prime position there. He's in front of his man. The ball came in low. He should have really cleared that ball. And when Ray Dempsey got it, he shouldn't have fouled him either after that.
So Kevin O'Neill with a second attempt, and that too goes over the bar. 2 points for Mayo, 2 points for Kevin O'Neill, and 1 point between them.
John Kearns is probably going to put most of his kickouts in the direction of Barry Coffey because he's much bigger than Anthony McGarry.
Good point, Colin, and he just leaped into the air and got it cleanly. Down towards Mick McCarthy. There's no questions being asked. And the referee now decides to call a halt, and I think he's going to give a hot ball. Ian McHale and Shea Fahey, and McHale this time wins it. Giving it to Sean Marr, who once upon a time played his club football with St Finbarrs in Cork. So he knows these Cork lads reasonably well. To John Finn. Looking for a man available. Into the space it goes for Mark O'Connor, Ray Dempsey. Ray Dempsey once more has it. Now, he needs a bit of support outside. He's given the space, however, to fling it over himself. And Ray Dempsey puts it over the bar. And Mayo and Cork are level. And once more, it's the Knockmore Stars that combine.
John Finn makes good ground under the stand. Part of the problem there was very few Mayo players near the goals, but when he does get it across, Ray Dempsey does very well, picks it up and shakes off a couple of tackles, turns off his left foot onto his right and gets a great point.
And down at the other end, Denny Cullity has scored a lovely point, making it now 4 points to 3.
Gabriel Irwin should be putting all of these kickouts towards Liam McHale. Cork will avoid McHale on their kickouts, so to bring him into the game, Irwin should kick every one of them straight at him.
Barry Coffey once more on those kickouts, gathering possession.
Well, that's a really stupid kick-out because Barry Coffey has a significant size advantage over Anthony McGarry, so Gabriel Irwin should kick the ball away from him.
Colin Corkery using his strength illegally, says the referee, for that challenge on Pat Holmes. I know it's early days, Colin, but certainly the easy passage that some people were saying that Cork were going to get doesn't seem to be materialising.
No, Mayo are really fighting hard and playing with a lot of skill as well, but they've only 1 point from play, and I think that's going to be one of their problems because they're relying on the threes to score.
Here's Kieran O'Sullivan giving it to John O'Driscoll. Mick McCarthy, it works out all right, and the skippering man sends it to the right and wide. That's Cork's second wide of the match so far. "22 minutes gone. Glenna Moyes, Gabriel Irwin. Sending it right down towards Liam McHale, but it comes to his midfield partner Sean Marr. That's a terrible ball from Sean Marr, and he acknowledges that it was a major mistake, and it gives an easy ball for Cork. Niall Cahalan, you can notice his right leg there. He's playing in a special plaster on that right leg today. Hairline fracture, only noticed 2 weeks ago. Oh, an easy giveaway to Cork, and they have an opportunity here. Oh, brilliant save by Gabriel Irwin. Well, Joe Kavanagh was straight through, and Irwin may be feeling pain, but he's made the people of Mayo quite happy. They feel no pain now. Excellent save.
Well, this move, a ball dropped by Kevin Staunton when it was left to him by Liam McHale. It's fed in, and Joe Kavanagh from 10 yards really should have put it away. Gabriel Irwin came out and spread himself very well, but forward in that situation should really put those ones in the net.
So the first 45 of the match, Colin Corkery to take it. Great height, but just tailing to the right and wide. Certainly standing down at the players' tunnel column during the minor match, there was quite a strong breeze, and you wouldn't really gauge it too well from up here.
No, I suppose Cork have whatever advantage the wind is offering at the moment, and Gabriel Irwin's kickouts wouldn't be as long as John Kerrin's. I don't know whether that's the wind, but certainly seems to be an advantage to Cork at the moment.
Stephen O'Brien giving it to Kieran O'Sullivan. Shea Fahy is forming the overlap outside. This is Shea. Surely fouled by Tony Morley and Sean Maher together. And Shea, I think, just feeling his shoulder there a little bit for Sean Maher, kind of landed on it rather awkwardly.
Well, Shea Fahy tries to go through more or less Tony Morley. Morley could have really let him go farther and overcarried the ball. Sean Maher comes in very heavily on top of him, and Sean Maher wouldn't be the lightest player in the world, so comes right down on Shea Fahy's shoulder, and he looks to be in trouble. Shea Fahy wouldn't be a fella to lie down unless there was something wrong.
Billy Morgan is coming in and is obviously concerned, deeply concerned, and yes indeed, Pat Hegarty, it looks to be, is the man that's going to be called in. That's Liam Honohan that's running up and down the sideline, and Shea Fahy's departure, a major blow if this becomes a fact in a moment, Colin.
Well, from a Cork point of view, it would be a disaster, because with losing their midfielder Teddy McCarthy without through injury before the game, and now if they had to lose Shea Fahy, but he seems to be going to play on, although he appears very sore.
Joe Kavanagh hitting that nicely, very nicely indeed, over the bar. His first point in the All-Ireland semi-final, giving Cork a 2-point advantage. Shea Fahy is still in pain and is having a word with Brian White. Dr. Con Murphy is now telling the Cork bench that Shea has to come off. Shea acknowledges that he is indeed in trouble. So Liam Honohan is coming on for Cork, and this, like Dermot Flanagan a moment ago, a major blow for Mayo. This is a major blow for Cork, but Liam Honohan is a fine young player. Bob Honohan's son, a man who's done great work for Cork, his son is on, while Shea Fahy gets a warm round of applause.
Yes, that's a very sore injury, the one that Shea Fahy has. The shoulder joint just at the arm gets sort of a bit of a wrenching, and obviously not wouldn't be able to put his arm over his shoulder.
Tony Morley giving it to Kevin O'Neill. Now that's a great intelligent ball, giving it inside. This is PJ Loftus. Referee deems he picked it up off the ground. It's a free out for Cork. And Cork have to cool matters down now until they settle once more. So Liam Honohan is now Danny Cullity's midfield partner. There was talk during the week, would it be Liam or Danny that would get Teddy McCarthy's place? Now they're both on. Liam McHale getting there ahead of Danny Cullity. Barry Coffey coming into challenge. Over towards Ronan Goulding. Is this the Mayo team I saw playing Roscommon? Going for goal! Oh, Noel Durkin went for it, but he just sent it to the right and wide. That was Noel Durkin with a great opportunity. But Mayo are playing with great confidence.
Yes, it's significant there on that kick out, though, that Liam McHale kept over towards Barry Coffey and intercepted the attempted kick out, and that's where that good move started from.
Sean Maher waited for a moment and Don Davis didn't. Joe Kavanagh. This one is a good player from Nemo Rangers. To Mick McCarthy. This is what Cork are good at now, combining. Back to Kavanagh. Well blocked down. Excellent. And Kevin Staunton sticking to his task. And puts out Joe Kavanagh. Out over the end line and wide. Good play by Kavanagh. Equally good play by Kevin Staunton.
Yes, very good defending by Staunton there, shepherding Joe Kavanagh out over the line.
And the linesman obviously had lifted his flag and given a line ball to Cork. Joe Kavanagh lofting one in for John O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll did well to gather that one, and he gets the free. Again, John Finn says we did absolutely nothing wrong. Let's see this again. The ball
coming across, first of all, from a questionable line ball decision down here under the Hogan stand. But John O'Driscoll's fielding ability, I think, which he showed in Australia, to very good effect 6 years ago or 7 years ago with the Irish team there. Very, very good spring off the ground, even though he's only a small man. And he gets right up over Kevin Cahill there and makes a very good catch. And John Finn comes in to tackle, and very harsh decision, I think, because he spun around, and I don't think that was a free.
Well, Colin Corker put the points up on the scoreboard, so it's Cork now leading by 3 points. And Mayo get the sideline. Referee is halting play for a moment and having a word with his linesman, and now he has overruled the linesman and he's given the sideline kick to Cork. And I think that was a correct decision by the referee. Niall Cahalan to take it. Runs on for John O'Driscoll. Lovely turn back off the post, and Kevin Cahill is there to take up the rebound. Pat Holmes back to Liam McHale, giving it outside to Anthony McGarry. Kevin Staunton, lovely play by Mayo. Now can they finish it off? Tony Morley giving it on towards Noel Durkin. Great ball to Ronan Gouldy, and Kieran O'Sullivan does well. And he plays himself out of trouble, although that pass is a little bit strong. Liam Honahan did well. Challenged from behind by Don Davis. Free to Mayo. Sean Maher to take the free. Up towards Mark O'Connor. This time he gets it cleanly. And a good ball down towards Liam Honahan. Anthony Davis fouled. Free for Cork. Quickly taken to Joe Kavanagh. Steps aside Sean Maher as if he's not there at all. Ball into space towards Mick McCarthy. Back outside is Barry Coffey. And a very good point for Cork. And a good point by Barry Coffey. Very much an underrated player, Barry Coffey. Does well to put Cork 4 points in front.
Well, the contrast in both teams is fairly clearly shown by the two moves here. Mayo had possession, took a lot of passes, looked very good and went forward. Ball comes straight back down the field, and Cork, with a minimum of effort, get a very good point from play by Barry Coffey.
Tony Morley gets a boot to it, but only gives it to Barry Coffey. Ball for John O'Driscoll. Picked up by Mick McCarthy. O'Driscoll has gone inside. This is John O'Driscoll bursting his way through. Oh, yes! A smashing goal by John O'Driscoll. Ballingeary comes alive at the edge of the square. Cork 1-7, Mayo 3 points.
Well, Cork have been threatening to score a goal for a while. John O'Driscoll, who started badly, and Kevin Cahill breaks the ball down from McCarthy. And the Cork forwards seem to be able to get through easily. Foul from behind by Kevin Cahill, keeps going and sticks it in the net, and Cork seem to be cruising at this stage.
And Mayo are failing in just one major aspect, putting the ball under or over the crossbar. Their approach work is good. Their defending at the moment is not so good. Danny Cullity floats it beautifully over the bar. Newmarket's American star, Danny, makes it 1-8 for Cork. Mayo 3 points.
Again, a brilliant score for Cork from play. The pass to Danny Cullity from Kieran O'Sullivan under the Hogan stand was absolutely brilliant. Picked him out going through the middle, and Cork, with men all over the place there, could have actually manufactured a goal, but again, an easy point from play.
Mark O'Connor is playing at full back, but now drifting out around midfield as Ray Dempsey moves out. And another free for Cork. Kevin Byrne now being spoken to by the referee. And I think it's just a little bit of an explanation more than anything else. Colin Corkery, 3 points to his credit so far, making it now 4 points after the name Colin Corkery, and 1-9 for Cork. And we should be now approaching the half-time whistle.
Well, Mayo are getting no possession in their half-forward line at all, and the Cork half-back line are streaming forward and are able to set up very good chances for the forwards.
Mayo get the free for that foul on Noel Durkin. It's a terrible ball, really. And Cork can just play around with it. Liam Honohan trying to get it back. The referee allows the advantage, and eventually it comes to Kieran O'Sullivan. Kevin Cahill should make it, and just in case he gets the free as well. Pat Holmes. Danny Cullity knocking it down. Picked up by Don Davis. To Liam Honohan. Back to Danny Cullity. Back to Liam Honohan. Joe Kavanagh's gone inside, and he's clear space in front of him. This fellow knows how to take a shot if he gets half a chance at all. He decided to lob it up. Colin Corkery. John O'Driscoll getting it back outside to Don Davis, and an easy one for the Skibbereen man. Cork 1-10, Mayo 3 points, and at the moment Cork are sailing. I think Jack O'Shea will be glad to get his team into the dressing room at half-time, because certainly they lost their way in the final 10 minutes or so, and very much Cork the dominant side as they go into the dressing room. Can Jack O'Shea do something? Will he spring TJ Kilgallen there for the second half? It could well be on the cards, as at half-time Cork lead by 1 goal and 10 points to Mayo's 3 points.
Over Galway, they're threatening to do the same against Mayo here in the senior match. Have Mayo a response? That's the question to be answered in the second half.
McHale really had to have a storming game, and Danny Cullity has done very well and has also come forward and scored 2 points from play, so Cork are very dominant in that area.
There is a theory going around that TJ Kilgallen, that you wouldn't get 70 minutes out of him, and that's why he's being held back so much.
Possibly, but I don't think TJ is a great-hearted player and would rouse Mayo a little bit. I see they have switched Ray Dempsey out to centre field, so you know Mayo are making a lot of changes, bringing in Anthony Finnerty, switching Ray Dempsey to centre field. You know, they're putting Tony Morley to full forward. So at this stage, you know, Sean Maher at centre half forward, I can't see the Mayo attack benefiting that much from those changes.
So Ray Dempsey is now at midfield with Liam McHale. Sean Maher centre forward, Tony Marley at full forward. The rest, Anthony Finnerty. Top of the right, Danny Cullity. Brian White, the referee, and away we go, 35 minutes. And it's a long way back for Mayo. And they certainly, above all else, need a bright start. And they need scores very badly. Don Davis, Danny Cullity, giving it over to Liam Honohan. An easy giveaway by Honohan. Sean Maher intercepting to Kevin O'Neill. But Mayo have been behind before. They were behind Sligo, behind Roscommon, and they fought back. Now, Kevin O'Neill, point scoring opportunity, and he takes it with a great degree of style. Kevin O'Neill, man of the match against Roscommon, puts Mayo on the scoreboard for the second half after just 45 seconds of play.
Well, it comes from a bad mistake by Liam Honohan in the middle of the field. Tony Marley lays off very well, and this is what Mayo must do: run at the defence and have their shots. Kevin O'Neill, I suppose, is one of the few forwards that Mayo have who's a consistently good point scorer.
Anthony McGarry judging it perfectly, which Barry Coffey didn't. Ray Dempsey into Tony Morley, back to Ray Dempsey, to Liam McHale. And he really will have to throw his weight around a little bit and have an influence. As I say so, he sends it to the right and wide. Certainly it seems to me, Colm, that Mayo's options are very limited, particularly in attack.
Yes, well, switching of Ray Dempsey, who's one of their best forwards, to lessens or narrows the options that they have. What they really need, of course, is a goal now, quickly.
Brian Corcoran. Joe Kavanagh. Out to Liam Honohan. Survives the challenge, gets the free and gives it to Don Davis. Garden, Bolton Glass, County Wicklow to Barry Coffey. Half blocked by Anthony McGarry. Pat Holmes going back to gather. Pat is going on a tour of Cork Park. He knew what he was doing, giving it to Kevin Byrne, John Finn. Now Mayo are very good up to here, around midfield. From here on, we have a problem. Ball into space, and there's another problem. Mark O'Connor. Good ball to Danny Cullity. And Pat Holmes once more. Available, Kevin Staunton in the centre. Two Mayo players to his left. One of them, Liam McHale. The other is Noel Durkin. They need a goal. Can Noel go through half of Cork? Gives it inside to Anthony Finnerty. Bursting his way down, and John Cairns' Brian Corcoran is there. Oh, heart-stopping moment on Lee side. Tony Morley getting the better of Brian Corcoran. Well, that must be put down as the best goal-scoring opportunity for Mayo. Ronan Goulding giving it back to big Liam McHale. Tony Morley is inside. It's Kevin O'Neill. And again, it's a slow build-up. Great defending by Cork. Tony Morley, difficult angle, sends it to the right and wide. Well, Mayo's hearts must have skipped a beat when Anthony Finnerty got the ball for the first time. Has really had a goal written all over it, or at the very worst, a penalty.
Yes, so that should have been a goal. Noel Durkin does very well to get the ball in there, and Anthony Finnerty really should have put it away. Scored a goal, of course, there in that final 3 years ago, and John Cairns does very well, and Brian Corcoran to get back, but Finnerty really should have put it away.
Meanwhile, the linesman's attention, or at least the linesman has called the referee's attention for an off-the-ball incident, and full credit to the linesman. He's now calling, I think, Barry Coffey and having a word with the Cork number 12. And he's being booked by the referee and telling the Corkmen to cool matters down. So John Cairns with the kick out.
Again, it's very noticeable John Cairns kicking all those balls out on this side to Barry Coffey, and the Mayo midfield should move across to try and intercept those.
Anthony Davis. Well won by Colin Corkery. Liam Honohan. Oh, poor pass from Corkery. Back to McHale. To Kevin O'Neill. John Finn is available to his left. Steps aside Colin Corkery and sends a ball into space for Ronan Goulden. Well won back by Niall Cahalane. To Mark O'Connor. To Kieran O'Sullivan rather. Danny Cullity. A challenge there by Ray Dempsey after the ball had been given away. It's a free for Kieran O'Sullivan. Joe Kavanagh. Sending the ball low towards John O'Driscoll. And he does well to gather the loose ball. And that's going to be a free end for the Cork number 14. Colin Corkery going for his 5th point. Comes back off the post. Pat Holmes is there. Kevin Byrne. And that was an unusual miss by the Nemo Rangers man. Kevin Byrne once more. Mayo possibly will be encouraged by that miss. They need every bit of encouragement with that scoreline of 110 to 4 points. That's a good ball down towards Kevin O'Neill. Looking for a man available. It comes now in the form of Noel Durkin, who's working hard at corner forward despite the paltry supply. Giving it back to Tony Morley. To Noel Durkin, who's going to run at this Cork defence once more. Brian Corcoran trying to get a boot to it, and it's Joe Kavanagh that picks it up. Danny Cullity getting it down towards Mick McCarthy. Opening up this Mayo defence, John O'Driscoll. Back outside is Barry Coffey, running inside is Joe Kavanagh. Onto the left leg, it won't curl enough. Incredibly, that's only Cork's 4th wide in this All-Ireland semi-final. Referee Brian White telling Mayo that they're going to have to take that kick out again and that everybody has to be outside the 20-metre line. John O'Driscoll is arguing with the referee as Gabriel Irwin gets ready to take the kick out. Well gathered by Liam Honohan. The point that Cullen was making earlier, that Liam McHale should be going up for those sorts of kick-outs. Barry Coffey runs on for Gabriel Irwin, changes direction. That's good play by the goalkeeper. It's Kevin Staunton. Hopeful ball, more than a good ball. Kieran O'Sullivan. Cork half back line just love to attack, and they've given acres of Croke Park to run. And Kieran O'Sullivan from a very difficult angle. One umpire says put up the flag, the other says it's gone wide, and it is gone wide. Interestingly, Gabriel Irwin has come out to the 20-metre line to take the kick out, and now he's put back by the referee and say it's gone to the right and wide. So Kieran O'Sullivan's effort going officially to the wrong side of the post. Liam McHale giving it to Anthony McGarry. Tony Morley making himself available this side, but Mark O'Connor spotted it. Good play by the Bantry man, but not a very good ball. Kevin Byrne taking it quickly to Anthony McGarry. Back to the Mayo captain. And because the ball around him falls down, he's given a bit of space. Anthony Finnerty giving it back to Sean Marr. Mayo need to produce something here. Difficult ball for John Kearns. The other sort of shots that goalkeepers absolutely hate. But fortunately for Cork, goes to the left and wide. And Mayo introduce another substitute This is Pádraig Brogan. Mayo substitute number 19. And Sean Maher is the man that's gone off.
Pádraig Brogan would be more of a centre forward than Sean Maher anyway.
Ray Dempsey. Giving it to Noel Durkin. Gone inside is Anthony McGarry. Coming across is Barry Coffey. Hits him with a fair shoulder, bursting his way through and giving a free out. Charging. Correct decision by the referee.
Yes, a good shoulder by Barry Coffey and a good decision by the referee.
Interestingly, Pádraig Brogan now in at centre half forward, and I think Colm O'Rourke's point is valid. Probably a far better centre forward, a greater threat to Cork than Sean Maher in that position.
Yes, with Sean Maher kicking that ball hopelessly wide, demonstrated he's a midfielder more or less, and that's about it.
Anthony McGarry, solid right half back. To Ray Dempsey. Kept in by Kevin Staunton. Tony Morley. Mayo playing it very, very tight. But they managed to create the space. Kevin Staunton going for a goal, and John Kearns is there. You don't lob goalkeepers of John Kearns' calibre that easily. Kieran O'Sullivan. A fine right half back. Anthony Davis. Good intelligent ball, opening up this Mayo full back line. Kevin Cahill unquestionably fouling his opponent. Free in for Cork.
Again, the difference in the forward line shown there. Mayo get themselves into all sorts of trouble with short passing and can't pick the easiest of scores, whereas Cork, when they break forward, seem to have plenty of room and spread the ball wide, and they always seem to have men available to come running for it.
Colin Corkery to take the free. And he sends that one wide. So Cork have yet to increase their tally in the second half. Good from Mayo again. Kevin Staunton to John Finn. Tony Morley. Anthony Finnerty picked up, however, by Ronan Goulding. Liam McHale in front of the post. He puts it over the bar. Mayo get a little bit closer. And the 2 points that we've seen in this second half have both been scored by Mayo. 110 to 5 points.
Yes, Liam McHale moving forward here and kicking a very good score from play. Mayo, again, if they could get a goal now, would probably be able to make a real fight of it.
Kevin O'Neill, back to Liam McHale. These sorts of penetrating runs are vital. Ronan Goulding was outside him, but McHale burst his way through, and Niall Cahalane is there with the loose ball. And the referee, a little bit harshly now, I must say, on Niall Cahalane, seemed to have over-carried it. Niall says, what do you expect me to do? And I think that Niall has a certain case there. But it's a free for Mayo.
Yes, I think this is a bad decision by the referee. Niall Cahalane was being held up, so could have been a free out there. But the main change in the middle of the field has been Liam McHale is now on Liam Honohan, and he seems to be able to break forward. I can't understand why Danny Cullity doesn't pick up McHale, because he was doing very well on him the first half.
And the crowd in Croke Park get behind their team, and the vast majority of the crowd here in Croke Park very much in favour of the Connacht champions. Here come Mayo once more, and I note just again that Mayo fought back from behind against Sligo and Roscommon, so they have a bit of character. Anthony Finnerty, half blocked down, comes across to Ronan Goulding. Difficult angle, and he puts it over the bar. Ronan Goulding his first point in an All-Ireland semi-final. And Mayo are showing great character, great determination. And for the first time, Jack O'Shea is beginning to run up and down the sideline. He feels there could be a victory here.
So Mayo are beginning to go at the Cork defence, and a lot of the Cork players are unhappy with that. A half-block shot from Anthony Finnerty out to Ronan Goulding, and he sticks it over. Again, the goal now would really make a game of it.
And still Cork have failed to score in the second half. Danny Cullity. 15 minutes gone in the second half. Sending it into space, but nobody there except Anthony McGarry. To Pádraig Brogan. Kevin Staunton is available to his left, but Brogan gives it rather stupidly away to Kieran O'Sullivan. Joe Kavanagh. Colin Corkery. Danny Cullity available. Corkery. Very optimistically dropping. Oh, wonderful fielding by John O'Driscoll. He needs support. The referee gives him the free on the 13-metre line. And certainly Kevin Cahill has his hands full with this man, John O'Driscoll. Jack O'Shea telling his forwards to keep moving. The referee now in the centre of the pitch is having a word and booking Pádraig Brogan.
Yes, that was for a late tackle on Stephen O'Brien that he made a couple of minutes earlier, so it's a good decision by the referee. He let the play go on and come back and booked him. And Pádraig Brogan gave away that ball very foolishly in the middle of the field by a bad foot pass and set up this point really for Cork.
Joe Kavanagh with the free. And incredibly, he sends it wide. Joe Kavanagh with the miss of the All-Ireland semi-final. I see former Cork hurling star John Buckley in the crowd. There he is in the green jersey, and he is disgusted. And Mayo must surely be encouraged by this, because Cork have certainly lost their smooth running style of the first half. Maybe not completely. Barry Coffey. Oh, great ball into John O'Driscoll. Slipped inside Kevin Cahill. Back to Corkery, onto the left foot, and this time it's over the bar. They were let off a moment ago, but Colin Corkery makes amends.
Yes, a good sign of the Cork team there. After one bad miss, and should have given a bit of heart to Mayo, they come right back. John O'Driscoll again causing the problems, winning the ball inside and giving it back to Colin Cork, who scores. Has been quiet today, but still able to score like that.
Danny Cullity. Foul on Mick McCarthy by Kevin Byrne. And Mayo now just making some silly mistakes. And if anybody can punish silly mistakes, well then it's definitely the Cork lads. Yet another free for Colin Corkery. The shooting boots are back on target as Cork stretch their lead.
Kevin Byrne has given away quite a few frees on Mick McCarthy, and most of them have been punished by points from Colin Corkery.
Here's John O'Driscoll again. Another free for Cork. 25 frees now that Mayo have conceded in this match. John O'Driscoll quickly giving it inside to unmarked Joe Kavanagh, unselfishly giving it to Don Davis, and that must be a penalty. But Mayo were gazing at the stars. They left two Cork players virtually unmarked, and Gabriel Irwin now has to face a penalty.
Well, terrible play by the Mayo backs, because Joe Kavanagh was free inside for at least 20 seconds, and John O'Driscoll made several attempts to get the ball to him before it finally arrived in. He gives it to Don Davis and a penalty, but the Mayo backs should have been at least getting back on Joe Kavanagh a lot quicker.
Billy Morgan having a quiet word with Joe Kavanagh. And I think that this could seal it for Cork. And I know that every Friday before a big match, Billy Morgan and Colin Corkery go down to Páirc Uí Chaoimh. They practice frees, they practice penalties. And if anybody can tell Colin Corkery how to take a penalty, it must be Billy Morgan, one of the best goalkeepers, of course, of all time. So here's Colin Corkery facing Gabriel Irwin. Oh, brilliantly put away. And a big lad from Ballyfahan can just afford a little smile. Cork have booked their ticket for Croke Park on the 3rd Sunday in September.
Well, Colin Corkery has scored a couple of penalties, and there's none better than this one. Really sticks it away, hits it hard. Gabriel Irwin probably nearly got there. Glad to get a hand to it, he might have kept it out because it didn't go entirely in the corner, but game over, I think.
Kevin O'Neill. And that tailing to the left and wide. 7 wides for Mayo now in this All-Ireland semi-final. An equal number with Cork. Liam McHale to Pádraig Brogan. Pádraig Brogan's passing. Last 2 balls he's got, well, they haven't been the best in the world, to say the least. Niall Cahalane, Brian Corcoran, Stephen O'Brien, Anthony Davis, knocked away from Mick McCarthy, Anthony McGarry, Kevin Byrne. Pumping it into space with Tony Morley and Brian Corcoran. Ronan Goulding. Liam McHale has gone inside. This is McHale. And he puts that over the bar. That's his 2nd point of the match. But it's a goal at the very minimum they need, not a point.
At this stage, Mayo should use every ball up front to try and work a goal, because they're certainly not going to win the game on points, and they need a few goals quickly, so they should try and work them.
Pádraig Brogan getting there ahead of Stephen O'Brien. Anthony Finnerty for the challenge on Pádraig Brogan. A free for Mayo. Lobbing it in towards Tony Morley. Here come Mayo. Into Tony Morley, and a brilliant save by John Kearns. And that's out for a 45. But certainly, it must be said that Mayo have had 2 opportunities in the second half for goals, and on both occasions they failed to put them away.
Yes, well, Anthony Finnerty caused them trouble, and Tony Morley there should have again stuck it in the net, but John Kearns, an excellent keeper, and a brilliant save again.
Ray Dempsey to take this 45. Tony Morley knocking it down only for Niall Cahalane. Great recovery by Morley. And send it to the right and wide. Ten clear points between the teams, and 24 minutes gone in the second half.
This stage, Mayo would have nothing to lose. Put Liam McHale in full forward and kick the ball in. He'd probably win it anyway, and he might set up something.
Mayo ball. Anthony McGarry coming up with it. Mark O'Connor doing well. If you can't catch it, at least kick it. Stephen O'Brien. Anthony Davis. Back to Stephen O'Brien. Kevin Staunton waiting for the breakdown from Pat Holmes. Ray Dempsey. Anthony Finnerty. Made a huge difference since he came in. John Finn. And John Finn curls it to the right and wide once more. 9 wides now for Mayo. Trying to find Joe Kavanagh. Ronan Goulding getting the loose ball. Corey Brogan outside. And that too goes to the wrong side of the post. Picked up once more by Anthony McGarry. It must be said that Mayo have these spasms and they look very good until it comes in front of the post. This is Noel Durkin. Kevin O'Neill comes in to lend a hand. Lovely skill. Oh, that's a very good point. Beautiful point by Kevin O'Neill. 5 points for the Knockmore lad, and that's one of the best.
Beautiful play by Kevin O'Neill, who's been Mayo's best forward by far today. Looks in trouble, great solo off his left foot and tipped it around the corner and over the bar, but he has got very little support.
Clean catch for Danny Cullity. Ball for Don Davis to try and run onto. That surely is a free for Mayo and for John Finn. Again, nice play by Kevin O'Neill, who looks to have tremendous potential. Drops that in to Ronan Goulding. An easy ball for John Kearns. Noel Durkin disgusted with Ronan Goulding. Brian Corker into Tony Davis. Danny Cullity. Joe Kavanagh to run onto. Gabriel Irwin is coming out to gather it. He gives it to Kevin Byrne. John Finn. In the centre, Pat Holmes. And Mayo are as good as Cork at this. I know I've mentioned it before. It's from here on then that the problem arises. Noel Durkin trying to send a through ball. Stephen O'Brien puts a halt to that gallop. Mark O'Connor. Niall Callahan. The cheer is because Brian White fell. He hit the deck as Niall Callahan goes forward. Joe Kavanagh. Colin Corkery. Danny Cullity is on inside. Takes too many steps. 3 out for Mayo. And just for a second, Cork had at least 2 players available. Noel Durkin. Well won back by Don Davis. And that's very casual by Don Davis, too casual. I'm sure that Billy Morgan will have a word to say about that.
What was terrible to see there was Noel Durkin giving up as soon as he lost possession for Mayo, something they've been criticised for in the past, and you would think that he should have learned from it, but as soon as he lost possession there, stood and didn't try to put in a tackle.
Corey Brogan. Somehow manages to get as far as Noel Durkin. Kevin O'Neill getting back to Ronan Goulding, who just put a boot at it and sent it to the right and wide. 11 wides for Mayo now. And no bit of creativity at all, Colin.
No, Mayo really don't look as slick as Cork up front at all. Cork in possession are able to move the ball much faster, free at openings. Apart from Kevin O'Neill, there is very little scoring threat in the Mayo forwards.
The referee is just checking that Mark O'Connor is able to continue. Seems to have an elbow problem. But he's okay. 5 minutes to go. It's a question now of who plays Cork in the All-Ireland football final. Certainly Mayo need not one but about 2 miracles to get this one out of trouble. Stephen O'Brien can afford to slip, recover, and gives it to Kieran O'Sullivan. Don Davis. Mick McCarthy. Colin Corkery. To Liam Honohan. Back to John O'Driscoll. He flings that straight over the bar. John O'Driscoll has 1 goal and 2 points as a personal tally out of this match. 2-13 for Cork. And the Cork people, Dinny Long is the man in the middle. You remember him in 1973 with the blue cardigan hanging over the shoulder there. That's Dinny Long. 1973, played with Billy Morgan. It's good to see him here in Croke Park.
Well, Colin Corkery now has gone into a full forward position and is able to win the ball there. John O'Driscoll has drifted outfield and he's been the best Cork forward today, the best forward on the field, and kicks a great point from play.
There's a Mayo man that can still afford a smile, Pádraig Flynn, who's here with his son there to his right, his only son, Turlock. Barry Coffey, Joe Kavanagh to John O'Driscoll. Another one of these Ballingeary specials. There it is. 1 goal and 3 points for John O'Driscoll, 2-14 for Cork.
O'Driscoll playing well now, but he also played very well when they needed him in the first half.
Kevin Byrne to Anthony McGarry. Noel Durkin to Pádraig Brogan. Nobody there except Liam Honohan. Mark O'Connor giving it to Danny Cullity. Anthony Davis. Up towards Barry Coffey. And Barry has latched onto it. He has plenty of support and he's got a goal. Bishopstown's Barry Coffey puts no doubt whatsoever that Cork are in the All-Ireland final of 1993.
Well, terrible marking here by the Mayo backs. There was 3-1 situation here. Barry Coffey could have left the ball off there to Mick McCarthy, but he hasn't scored that much all year and probably wasn't going to give away a goal chance to anybody else.
There could be more. Kieran O'Sullivan to Don Davis. And the white flag once more to be raised. Skibbereen has now got another man who can score points. Don Davis. Ray Dempsey, he's worked hard, tirelessly in fact. Anthony Davis going down on it. Mark O'Connor is gone out to help him out, but over here is Stephen O'Brien. Brian Corcoran. Kieran O'Sullivan. Switching on, that's a good ball, lovely ball from O'Sullivan. Gone into the middle is Joe Kavanagh. Get out the barricades quick, Mayo, there's another goal here. Mick McCarthy, oh, somehow Mayo managed. No, they didn't. The referee and the umpire, I thought they'd saved it, but Joe Kavanagh puts another one in the back of the Mayo net.
Well, this game has become a bit of an embarrassment for Mayo. Cork have made very good use all day of cross-field passes, and again, 3